Yesterday, Caldwell was kind of saying about like maybe their initial plan for you was to maybe not have you be in on third downs, and obviously they haven't been able to keep you off on third downs. What's this year been like? Just being able to kind of exceed maybe even the coach's expectations for you.
I think it's very exciting. It's definitely been a pleasure going against separate teams and stuff like that, and seeing what they've been doing. And for Coach Caldwell to say something like that, a man who's been in the game since for how many years now, for him to say something like that is really amazing. But it's definitely something I need to continue to humble myself and continue to keep doing what he expects of me and try and do better as each week goes by.
He said that each week they kind of try to do something different to block you, and it hasn't worked necessarily for them. And have you noticed teams kind of changing how they're playing against you?
Honestly, I haven't noticed. I would listen to Coach Caldwell. They have a scheme for us. I'm going to continue to run the scheme, play with great technique or something like that. And if I happen to make plays, I know for sure it's because of what others are doing for me, like Sam, Casca, Hoy. So I'm going to just continue doing my job, and when plays happens, that's awesome.
Do you expect them to probably start playing you differently, maybe get some more double teams, that kind of thing, now that you have 4 sacks the last 2 games?
That's something I'm not totally sure about. If they do, that's pretty awesome. Hopefully, a lot of other guys will get a lot of one-on-ones. So, and that's our main thing, is to win one-on-ones.
Is it kind of cool maybe to earn that level of respect? I mean, Steve was also saying if they're doubling you, that means you got a couple of pretty good guys on the outside that are going to get a chance one-on-one.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Coach Cole was talking about during fall camp. A great D lineman to him is somebody who needs to be blocked by 2 people every play, and for that to actually happen is like it's a lot of respect towards me, and I appreciate that a lot. So, the main thing is just to continue in the one-on-ones when the opportunity does come up.
What's it like to recognize that a play needs to be made? Like, I know we talked about it a little bit after the game on third down. I mean, do you get a little more amped up? Do you focus on technique or get off or anything a little bit more? I mean, what is it that allows you to not only recognize that you need a big play, but that one's coming?
I feel like we're just always amped up. We're going to treat every play like a 4th and 1 mentality. We're going to have a 4th and 1 mentality no matter what. We're going to continue to attack it. I think, especially on money downs, when our sideline is throwing their hands in the sky and saying money down, money down, money down, that's when we really get excited and try to get after the quarterback or get after the running back.
What is it like playing for Coach Caldwell? And it seems like he's probably never satisfied. He's always asking for more. I mean, what is it like playing for him?
Oh, it's amazing. I mean, that's what makes him a great coach. He's going to continue to harp on technique. He's going to continue to harp on you to run towards the ball. He's just a very fundamentally sound coach, and he's going to make sure you do the best every time and not slack off.
Is he ever 100% happy with you, or when you have 4 sacks, is he saying you should have had 5?
Actually, when we were watching the film against Oregon State, I think it was my footwork that was wrong. That something happened while they made a play. So, when I made my sack. So, I don't know. I didn't get the best out of it, but it's all good as long as I made the play.
Does that get frustrating at times, maybe when it seems like he's always trying to push you and get more, or is that?
No, it's never like that. I mean, growing up, being raised from my dad, I feel like it's the exact same thing, but it's just different right now with Coach Caldwell.
With how's the run game been for you in the interior? You guys, obviously the numbers bear out that you've done pretty well against the run. How do you feel like you guys have done in that aspect?
I think we could have done a better job. We definitely need to start working on finishing the second half. Everybody knows that we held Oregon State to not that many rushing yards going into half, but we kind of let up. So our emphasis this week against Utah State is to finish all 4 quarters.
What's kind of, when you do look at Utah State, what kind of stands out? I know they might not have their best running back out there for this game, but what does stand out to you as defensive line?
They have a very experienced offensive line. They've all played 80 snaps between 4 seniors and a junior. I mean, they're very experienced. It's going to be a big challenge to the defensive line, and we're very excited to see what they have.
Why are you relentless? Where does that come from?
I think it's the mentality that Coach Harsin installed into us since the beginning of fall camp. I mean, he's been talking about how are we really all in and stuff like that. And when we brought in the program, like that really questioned if we were really all into the process we were doing. And just continuing summer training with all my friends and all my brothers, and just like recognizing that I really have to start balling out or just start making plays for my guys. And so whenever I'm on the field, I think that's the mentality I have. Just play as hard as you can so the people to my left and right could have trust in me.
I'm sure you envisioned the moment of getting sacks last year. What's it like to compare it to what you envisioned? What's it like to get to the quarterback?
I don't know. As you can see, I don't know what to do afterwards. I just get up, start running around. I don't know. Me and Jabril need to definitely figure out something instead of just jumping around. But it's really exciting. I don't know. I'll figure something.
You figure out a dance.
Yeah, I'll figure out something.
Maybe we'll have like a theme of a Moa Constrictor or something like that. Where'd that nickname come from, and what do you think of it?
It came from our friend Ryan Wolpen during fall camp and Darren Lee. I don't know. I don't mind it. It's pretty cool, I guess. I wasn't really all into it during fall camp, but it's continuing. It's a trend, so I'm going to go with it.
With Coach Caldwell, what have you seen from him? Obviously, a lot of young guys in your group. I know it's been a challenge for him to get you all up to, playing at the level he wants. So, what have you seen for how he's kind of handled this young group?
I think he's doing a great job, especially because before we had player run practices, we really didn't know what was going to happen with all the young guys, and he's done a great job developing them, and especially Sam McCaskill as well, like just helping out the young guys and Elliott, helping me as well. And one of the main things was to develop depth, and I think that Coach Caldwell continues to push us every week to get better. And Manuel Facility Chase Atata, I can't explain how much better they've gotten since player run practices. So we're not satisfied yet. We're going to continue to get better and get more productive, but I feel like they're coming along.
Or we're talking about sacks and stuff like that. What does that do for you guys on defense? And I know talking with the other guys that you guys haven't forced a ton of turnovers this year, but how does sacks kind of play into the shift in momentum and changing drives for opposing offenses?
I think that's exactly what it is getting better field, getting our offense on a better field position. It's getting the sideline back excited. I think sacks is probably one of the biggest things we've done so far, but I feel like we really need to harp on continuing to stop the run. That is our biggest thing, especially going against Utah State, who's averaging over 180 yards rushing. So we're going to really try and focus on that this week.
When we talk about those guys on the interior, I think even Caldwell said yesterday, you don't really expect 4 sacks in a 3-game span from your defensive, from a guy on the inside. Mm-hmm. Is that kind of like a stereotype you try to break? Showing that even though you're on the inside, it's not just about taking up blockers and all that stuff, but you can make plays from that position too.
Yeah, I think it is like that. I mean, it's having very great talent to my right and to my left, like Jabril Frazier, Sam McCaskill on the outside. Those guys really need to get double teamed a lot. So it's a lot of one-on-one opportunities, and I just want to continue winning the one-on-ones. So, and then hopefully break that stereotype of interior D lineman not getting sacks.
How many sacks you got to get till they give you the new shorts?
I don't know. That's something I have to talk to Adele. So yeah, I was pretty strict about stuff like that.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks.